Hi, this is Jack Stanley, and I wanted to give a little talk about my great uncle and remember him. Today's date is December the 4th, 2018, and in 3 days will be the anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor, the 77th anniversary. My great uncle, his name was Edward John Cashman, part of the Cashman family of the Bronx and also in Manhattan and New York City. They were always very much involved in public service in many respects. My great-great-grandfather was one of the first of the firemen in the New York City Fire Department in its founding in 1866, eventually became the 1st Battalion commander. His children were involved in the fire department, the police department, and so on and so forth. And Edward John Cashman was born in the Bronx in 1897. He's a few years younger than my grandmother, who was born in 1893. And she's the one who married a Stanley in 1921, hence my name. She was a Cashman, and she married George Stanley. But the thing is, my great-uncle Edward John Cashman joined the military in 1917 during World War I. And then he worked his way along in the military as a technician, working with planes. And he became part of the 11th Airborne Division, which would eventually be located at Hickam Field in Pearl Harbor. And of course, on the morning of December 7th, 1941, was the attack by the Japanese on Pearl Harbor. Now, there were some very bizarre things at Pearl Harbor at that time, and Hickam Field, and that was there were directives in which the planes needed to be close together, which is insane. Same thing with the ships. And so when the Japanese attacked, one of their first ports of call, one might say, in their attack was the airfield, because they wanted to disable as many planes as possible. And of course, at the field, everybody there had no place to go. It was a turkey shoot. Of course, there were some hangars, and bombs were dropped on some of the hangars. And in checking on his death, my great-uncle's death, it states that he was killed by an explosive device. Sounds like a bomb, as far as I can tell. Good chance he might have been in the hangar, maybe working on a plane, who knows. But once a bomb hit it, it was over. Today, he is interred in the military cemetery there with his comrades, the other victims of Pearl Harbor. And there he has been. I've never visited his grave, but I think I would like to if I ever get the opportunity to go there. But I wanted to remember him because, it's always interesting to remember your ancestors and to remember where they've been, what they've done. And my family has been involved in the Civil War, wars in the 1890s, the Indian campaigns. There was also World War I, World War II, a little bit before World War II with my great-uncle. Also, my uncle fought in World War II, Ken Stanley. And also the Korean conflict, my father, Jack Stanley, also served. And so it's just interesting to think of all of this and to remember those in your family. And I wanted to honor and remember my great-uncle, Edward John Cashman, born in 1897 in the Bronx. and died December 7th, 1941, at Pearl Harbor.